Today, this morning, and the rest of this week are about some real heroes, true heroes, real people, not the Hollywood movie types or the wannabe cowboys, but the men and women who 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year go about the business of protecting folks like me and you. These are the men and women that we honor today. 911 operators who field calls from folks in the most terrible situations of their lives. Operators who remain calm in the face of utter chaos. True heroes. The men and women of our emergency management systems who respond to these calls of utter chaos, who provide the front line of medical services to our citizens who find themselves in the very worst of situations. And these folks do it professionally, efficiently, and compassionately. True heroes. The men and women who are firefighters, who respond to countless medical calls every day, who rush into burning buildings to save lives and property. True heroes. And the men and women of law enforcement, the folks that I have the distinct honor of working with every single day. Men and women whose work is scrutinized and second-guessed more than any profession in this country. And despite this armchair quarterbacking, they get up every day, they get ready, and they go do their job. True heroes. These are the folks that we honor today. The selfless, the brave, the women and men who run toward what the rest of us run from. True heroes. So my challenge to you this morning is to make sure we don't just limit our thanks to today and this week. We acknowledge them every time that we see them. And we also need to remember to thank God that we have men and women still willing to do these jobs. So to our 911 operators, our emergency management personnel, our firefighters, and our law enforcement folks, thank you. And may God protect you as you go about protecting us.
As the candle glows at the seat of honor, you can see the depth of service from our community soldiers, the men and women of public safety. Remember those individuals who were taken too early and the sacrifices of their families. The candle burns in honor and remembrance of them.
It is my pleasure to be here for 3 reasons. 1, it's the only way I can see Ross Cavett now, since he's no longer working at Channel 2. 2, I want to keep my alarm system. John Loud told me I had to be here. And then 3, the most important reason, and I'm going to ask him to stand and I'll get fussed at later, is my husband, John Pearson. For 25 years, he was with DeKalb Police Department and retired as the assistant chief. Then he unretired. John, stand up. John, stand up. Thank you. And then he went second retirement, Hogansville Police Department Assistant Chief, and retired. And now he's on his 3rd retirement after working for the Department of Juvenile Justice Secured Facilities. Now, this has only been 2 months. So police chiefs out there, y'all want to keep me happy? Would somebody give him a job so he can come out of retirement again? Just joking. Not really. So let's dive in now to our awards. You know, there's one thing about you in law enforcement. You never really retire, and that's a good thing. You all serve and protect, no matter what your agency is, and know how many years you worked in it even when you do retire. And for that, I say thank you. And that's why I'm excited about these awards today. So let's get to it. Nominations for the Public Safety Employee of the Year, the Distinguished Achievement Award, Award of Merit and Valor were solicited this summer from the public safety agencies throughout Cobb County, as well as Cobb County chamber members and the community at large. The chamber received so many outstanding nominations for the awards we're going to present this morning, and the personnel we're honoring today represent the best of the best. Each individual and unit demonstrates integrity, responsibility, and courage in the performance of their duties. The group of men and women who make up the esteemed list of honorees today each has a story of how their dedication to duty and mission intersected with a person's life at an extremely critical time in that person's life, a time when literally seconds counted. But there's another side to our public safety personnel, a side that many don't get to see very often. And that is, day in and day out, these police officers, EMTs, firefighters, communications dispatchers, and detectives are forging relationships with citizens in every neighborhood and with local businesses and with business leaders. They're delivering groceries to seniors. They're visiting schools and delivering messages of respect and due diligence. They're hosting workshops on personal safety, and they're patrolling neighborhoods, and most importantly, they are able to call people by their names. They are building relationships and building connections that go far beyond the badge. So now it's time to honor each of these individuals and their units. Our first award of the morning is Public Safety Employee of the Year. This award is given to an employee who has performed his or her job with exceptional skill, exhibited leadership and critical incident management, and they have a devotion to their responsibilities. The 2018 Public Safety Employee of the Year receives a beautiful glass sculpture created by Lily Glass Blowers in Smyrna and a handgun courtesy of Glock. When it comes to our Public Safety Employee of the Year, our recipient is known for his heroism, detailed preparation, and strategic responses to any incident he encounters. Today, we are honoring him for his quick thinking and tactical response to a victim with a life-threatening stab wound. Our 2018 Public Safety Employee of the Year is Patrol Officer Jayson Duncan of the Marietta Police Department.
Several of the incidences were times that we got to go and save lives. But the one incident that really stuck out in my mind the most is where we didn't get to save the person. One of the drivers had gotten out of the vehicle after the initial contact, and another car came and hit her car after that and actually pinned her against the median. And we tried to render aid. We did the best we could until Metro and fire could get there. But we were basically able to hold her in her last moments, so she didn't have to spend her last moments in the cold pinned against the wall. We've had 5 Narcan saves now. I just got lucky and I got, my card got picked. I was the first one of the Marietta police to get to use Narcan and on an overdose. It's one of the most special things to get to be with people when they're hurting and to actually get to have an impact positively on changing someone's life when they're in the most critical times of their life. To actually get to step up and try to be something stronger for someone when they're in a weak moment.
Our next award is the 2018 Award of Merit, which recognizes an individual or unit for an act of courage, demonstrating genuine care and concern for the citizens of the community, and going above and beyond the call of duty. This year, our esteemed list of nominees warranted 2 awards. Our first award of merit goes to the Austell Fire Engine 1 A Shift.
The flooding just made the river rise up real fast.
There was five people out on the rock. One of the ladies, I believe, had fallen and broken her wrist.
So they were stuck out in the middle of the river and the water came up real fast and they were unable to get out.
Somebody just happened to remember that we told them we were putting together a swift water team and had all the resources here. They called us out, said, hey, is this something y'all can do? And we said, absolutely, we'll do everything we can to help.
We went down there, assessed the situation, strung a rope and assisted them, with the help of Douglas County Fire, and got them out of there.
When you're training, there's not typically live victims' lives on the line. So that adds so much to it.
Maybe once a year you get to do a call like that, and then when it happens, it makes it all worth it.
It's kind of high fives around the crew, and man, glad we pulled that off without a hitch.
Our second award of merit goes to Officer Tamara Irvin of the Acworth Police Department.
Previous night shift had stated that they had gotten some information of an elderly man who had lost some power for about a day or 2. It turns out Dr. Cobb was about 95 years old, still kicking, just as live as he can be. They had been out of power, that he was on all types of different machines, that he really required around-the-clock care. In an hour, we were able to raise $271, not to mention Walmart, Ingalls, they all donated various items, gift cards, and we were able to go and completely refill this man's refrigerator, as well as get him extra needed things. He was so thankful, and Miss Louise just wrapped her arms around me and just tears just streamed down her face. She was so thankful. So when you work so much in this area, you become a part of this community. The city becomes your home, people become your family. And that's what you do for family. When you find out that somebody needs something, be there for them, help them out. I think God put me in this position for a reason, and I have the ability to help others, so why not?
Our next award is the Distinguished Achievement Award, which recognizes an individual whose service and performance has exceeded the realm of their job. This year, we will present 2 Distinguished Achievement Awards. Our first award goes to a bold public servant known for his acts of bravery and his critical and precise response during a hostage situation. Today, we'd like to recognize Colonel Robert Willard of Cobb County Sheriff's Office with a 2018 Distinguished Achievement Award.
I was 25 years old and went to work at MCS as a narcotics agent. I love that, probably one of my favorite times in my career. SWAT was a great assignment, 10 years total on SWAT. And I got to command that for a little while and loved that. But the field in general, serving warrants, just being out there with people and having to think through situations is where I seem to thrive. That's kind of been the focal point of my career, is just serving others, whether it be the community or those that work for me. So being honored for that, I think it should go to them, and there's no way to honor that big a group of people, but that's who I honor. So if I'm chosen for any award, I want to honor them with with it and say thank you to all those that worked hard to get me where I was.
Our second Distinguished Achievement Award goes to a detective who has served Cobb County for 12 years. Cobb County Police Department Detective Ed Stockinger.
I like the challenge of investigations, especially with homicide investigations. You know, you're going after the worst of the people out there, and you know, it's, to me, working a homicide is like doing a puzzle. You know, somebody dumps a box in front of you and it's a bunch of puzzle pieces, and your job is to start putting all those pieces together until you get this puzzle solved.
I have to make him go home sometimes. There's other supervisors that have to interject and be like, listen, you have to go home. Because he'll just keep working and serving until the job is done.
That's all I want to do. I mean, everybody asks me how come I'm not taking tests, getting promoted or anything, and I don't want to do anything else. You know, detectives is where I always wanted to be, and it's where I hope to finish out my career.
Our last award for the morning is the Medal of Valor. It is the highest award recognizing an individual for an act of bravery in a life-threatening situation. The award is not given out every year, just want you to know that. For 2018, we have two extraordinary individuals to recognize. Our first 2018 Medal of Valor goes to Firefighter Rusty Brown of Cobb County Fire and Emergency Services for his harrowing rescue at High Falls State Park.
And they got swept over. They weren't used to the strength in the water and got swept over, and his brother got washed out downstream. He didn't make it. Christian, the one that survived, he was stuck literally in the bottom of the waterfall standing on a rock. I kept talking to him and I kept saying, hey buddy, we're here to get you. I'm gonna put this harness on you. I was like, stay calm. And he goes, yes sir. And then I said it a few more times and he was like, yes sir. And I was like, shh, you know, just hush for a minute. I'm talking to me to stay calm, not you. Like I'm just trying to get stuff in my head, like working out my plan, working out what I need to do. You don't have time to do anything. It's fast moving. The water is pounding us, it's sweeping us out at our feet, it's knocking us in the head, and he's standing here freezing to death, and he's already been here two hours, I think, standing in the waterfall. So he'd been there a good minute, and I don't know that he was hypothermic, but he was definitely cold and ready to be out of that water.
Our second 2018 Medal of Valor goes to Firefighter Jared Stevens of Cobb County Fire and Emergency Services. He's a young man who encountered a tractor trailer and car accident on his way home from a 24-hour shift, stopped and pulled Sergeant Matt Nearbon from his burning vehicle and saved his life.
As I was driving down Thornton Road, you could see the smoke in the air. The accident already had took place. I just seen the car on fire and I seen someone in there. So I just pulled over, put my hazards on and just ran over there to just try to grab him out. I didn't read the badge. I didn't know he was from Cobb County until later on. I had got an email from his wife. Then everything came full circle. It was like, wow, this guy's not only a cop, he's a Cobb County officer as well. He was on his way in while I'm on my way out. It's the instinct, man. It's just someone's in need, someone needs help. You just do it. I mean, it's like I didn't even think about it. It was more so I just seen someone there. He wasn't moving. The car was on fire. I'm like, I need to get him before it gets worse.
So congratulations again to all our nominees and all our winners who symbolize the best in public safety. Thank you for putting your lives on the line every day in order to keep all of us safe. We appreciate you, we love you, and ladies and gentlemen, let's give them, all of us stand up and give them a round of applause.